Two-Tone and LELNESSN. Yes, we are the very best.
$7 popping collars, eating shrimp by the dollar. Met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College for me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 430. Kush, same color as a Kobe Road jersey. Or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high. Fresh breeze just passing us by. Cause I'm cruising on a Sunday afternoon. I got my good shoes on. Ain't got no bad news. Here's what you say to the lady. Let me squeeze you. Oh, let me hold you. Oh, let me squeeze you. Oh, let me hold you. Why? Cause I don't wanna leave this party, baby, without you. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride.
Okay.
What you waiting for? Hop in the
So
ride. I arrive at a party at 9. I reside beside Sim. Pick on the fly. Time's on our side. But look again, then it's 11 p.m. Chalk it on the board. Time to sin. Let's begin. Hey, you're kinda cute, and I got the loot to befriend both you and your girlfriend too.
You single Tim Jones?
Well, that depends. Just then she turned to a friend and she said,
I really like him.
Say word.
I really like him.
Oh yeah.
I really, really, really.
All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I am on today here at the MNN Studios and just actually having a great time right now. I actually have a special guest with Adam Levine, not from Maroon 5. And the subject matter is success via systems. So when I actually hear the word system, I'm thinking something where it's a program where it processes everything that you need. Kind of like, you're like basically when you think of a computer. You actually have something that actually processes and be able to go through doors and be able to retrieve whatever it is that you need, whether it's answering questions, research, whatever. That's what I think of when it comes down to systems and how it applies to life. It's kind of the same way where you create a system or you become a system and you let everything kind of filter through in progress. And then you see the results and the outcome of it. And so that's what I think when it comes down to it. And now it's the fact of finding out what you think, Adam.
Well, thank you very much, first and foremost, for inviting me on. Unfortunately, I'm not the singer yet. I have developed a bunch of unique products for the world to use. Mm-hmm. When I think of systems and abilities, my first foremost thing goes to money. Okay. Our biggest problem in the world is money.
Right.
And the biggest problem I foresee with the money is that our money is buying less and less. And whether you call it inflation, deflation, whether your products are becoming more expensive or services, it's really goes back to my key point. I set out on a journey a long time ago. Yeah. My grandfather was involved with Chemical Bank. Chemical Bank was merged with J.P. Morgan Chase.
Okay.
My grandfather actually helped run the East Coast. So he taught me about banking from day one and explained to me that there's a major problem here. And we all see the problem now. We're dealing with it when a bacon, egg, and cheese costs $12 on the street, which makes it hard to work and eat. So what I set out to do, and I promised him, unfortunately, it is past, that I'm going to create a system that's made by the people, for the people, that everybody owns, and back it by gold. Now, wasn't as easy as just putting together a couple building blocks and say, okay, here's your new banking method. Yet what we did is we created a bunch of different softwares, like Uber Eats, another one like Uber Rider and Driver, taxi software, and another one like Airbnb. Our softwares are owned by the people. So what does that mean? You want to own the software. You deposit $1 into the system, and you're an owner. It's that simple. But what does an owner get you? So imagine we can own part of Uber and stuff like that, and we can actually buy stock and own a little bit. But owning part of our system means that you receive dividends from every single transaction that happens in the system.
Yes.
So it is a true system that we own that every single one of our members can audit because they're owners.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's basically like you invested in a new business that we've already created this software. It's on Apple and Google right now. Our turnkey property management is like Airbnb, basically on steroids. It allows you to rent any property. We're adding services in there like renting a motor scooter, jet ski, bicycle, your wheelbarrow, whatever you want to rent.
Okay. So you kind of expanded a little bit, like you said, on steroids. It's more
Correct.
like to me it's more like you went from not just real estate, but you expanded to including Uber, Zipcar,
Everything.
pretty much all those.
For me, if I go and travel, and I travel a lot, I've been spending the last 7.5 years traveling the world, mostly in South America and all over. If I rented an Airbnb, I don't know how I'm getting there. So I get out of the airport, I'm going to now need an Uber, right, to get to the Airbnb. Unless I'm going to rent a car, then I have to use Google Maps or whatever resources I have at my fingertips.
Right.
The problem being with that is that all these services are readily available, but the people don't know how to advertise them. I guarantee you right now there's somebody in Manhattan that would drive me anywhere I want to go as long as I pay them. And that's usually an Uber. But Uber's charging exorbitant fees. So I guarantee you there's somebody that will come to my house that will cook. Why not? I mean, there's many people that are very good cooks, and the Culinary Institute is not far away.
Right.
So who, after, going to school or working, says, I have all these degrees and I'd love to cook for somebody, or somebody to clean for somebody, or do your hair and makeup before you go out to the movies or a night on the town. We are including every single service that anybody can want throughout all our applications. And for you to list your services, it's free. If you want to use one of the services, there's a max cost of 5%. And the way that works is very simple. We charge 5% up to $250 max. So if you sell a house or a car in the system, it only costs $250. With the 5%, one of the percentages, say you do a service buy pizza for the family. Unfortunately, it's going to cost you $100 right now on the norm.
Okay.
Out of that $100, it would be a $5 fee. $1, 1% would go to whoever brought that user into the system. Another $1, another 1% would go share between every user through dividends, raising our cryptocurrency that everybody gets. And that costs you nothing besides depositing $1 in the system.
Okay.
Another $3, 3% would get split up between the system maintenance and running the system. But every month we're going to be auditing the system, and if we have overages, we give it to all the members because we're all owners. I've already invested all the money with my team building all this stuff. Okay. We're building it more and more and making it bigger and better. We have another application coming out called My App. My App is an application that's for every single usage that you want, and you'll be able to customize it like you customize your cell phone with the background, color. We have our own communication services built in. We're finalizing that now. So you'll be able to call any friends or family. No phone number is required, by the way. Why do you need a phone number to call your mom or dad or family member? That doesn't make any sense, right?
Every single person that you pay it forward to, they're under your referral. So you gave them $1, just like we give to people on the street. Here's $1. And now I have people asking me for $10 and $20 on the street, and everybody's a veteran. So, and that pisses off Tommy because Tommy's really a veteran that really got injured. So, and he's, nonetheless, if you give $100, you throw it in the account to pay it forward, to give back. Because remember, you're making money daily from doing nothing. So you pay it forward. You give out $100, those are another 100 referrals you're going to get immediately. Now, maybe 1 or 2 of them only open a business. But in the future, who doesn't have a business? Right now, what kid doesn't have a side hustle? My wife made an TikTok video. It's over 3.2 million views right now.
Wow.
So the problem is her account is from South America, which they don't pay you anything. What a great scam that is. So if you lived in the United States, she'd get paid immediately, and you're talking about a couple grand. But because her account, she's been here for less than 2 months. After 2 months, it changes over. Then she could start getting revenue. Tell me why that makes any sense. Why are you scrutinizing people that are in another country when you would pay Americans?
No,
That's
but
wrong.
A scam. That's a scam.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Why are you scamming? Listen, that's the whole thing. We stop scamming people. We continue to pay it forward. We help out our fellow human. And the world will only become a better place. With checks and balances and our rating system, this system, maybe it's wrong for many people because it's right. And that's a very hard thing to wrap your head around. It's wrong because it's right. It's wrong because you can't steal anymore. You can't rob anymore. You can't. Somebody they try to log in your account. They try to log in your account and steal it. Impossible. Somebody holds you at gunpoint and goes to steal your money.
Yeah.
It's done. Who are they going to send it to? Themselves?
Sure.
You know, they'll be blacklisted and hunted down by every user. We don't need an army. Just like I've told other people. When in Ecuador, when I launched Genie, the taxi app. Okay. And we had an issue with the city. They told me they're not going to allow any taxi softwares. Well, I stopped that very simply and very quickly. I told the mayor, I said, and I knew the president, and he was too busy to do anything. I said, look, there's nobody in and out of this city. Done. I press one button. Stop on the bridge. There's 3 ways in and out. Every bridge was closed. No way in, no way out for half the day. Everybody sat there. We delivered pizzas. 1,000 pizzas.
Wow.
And I told them all, I said, don't worry about your pay. I'll pay you. And you know what they told me? Not a one driver asked me for $1. They said, Mr. Adam, they called me Don Adam.
Okay.
We don't want your money. We want what you want. We want it fair. We want to be treated equal because they're second-class citizens over there. They're a taxi driver. But my grandfather was a taxi driver. And then he became one of the bigwigs in Chemical Bank, which merged with
That
Chase.
just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at her. I said, "Look, you could have used my account, you know." But that's the problem with being married. She wants to do her own thing. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I give her all the credit in the world. I love her.
Did you? Was you able to actually set her up properly though, so that way she get paid?
I gave her one of my other phones, and I said, "Look, take this other phone." But then she's waiting after 60 days. Then she can start doing it again.
Right.
And she's enjoying it. It's her. That's her thing. But as she understands too, with my BNK or my bank, however you want to call it, people join, deposit $1, and they own part of the system. Every time there's a transaction through any one of our softwares, turnkey property management, if you want to rent out a house, a building, any rental that's of substance, is $5 per usage. So if you rent it out like Airbnb for one day, it costs $5, and you could pass that on to the person that's renting it. So instead of $100, it's $105. Or you can say, look, I'll include the cost because it's only $5. But remember, that $5 is getting split up between everybody. And the bigger we make the system, it's like owning part of any bank in the world. If you had the opportunity to start a new bank and to own part of it, even just a little small piece, what's going to happen in 10 years from now? It's only going to be bigger and better. We've already invested well over $7.5 million in the software. So this is not something that's a fly-by-night. We've been doing this for over 10 years. There was a lot of trial and error, unfortunately. We have the application, like I said, that's like Uber for ride sharing or any of the other ride sharing apps, except for you name your price. And anybody can be a driver. Of course, you have to have a decent car, and you have to have a legal driver's license and insurance, all the good things to protect everybody. In our rating system, people rate you, so you'll have a rating showing that you're a good person. You're not going to do anything bad. But you're driving from Manhattan up to Upper Westchester. I used to do it every day. Imagine this person wants to go up there, and Uber would charge $200,
Yeah.
but he's offering me $75. Now, to use our system, it's $2 a day, not per transaction. You can take as many people as you want. It is the least expensive taxi software in the whole entire world.
Wow.
When we launched in South America, we did 100,000 rides in 22 days. And we brought on 10,000 taxis. Not too bad. What had happened is COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then nobody was allowed on the road. So we're relaunching now, but that's for the world. And my deal is very simple. We all own the system. So if you don't have the $2, forget about it. Pay it forward later. What's the difference? Are you going to rob us for $2? You own the company.
Yeah.
You're going to want to put that $2 in to make it bigger. And then when you tell your first person, friend, family, anybody, I just took somebody on my way home. And they were a great person because I saw they had great reviews. They have their own business, network marketing, like we all like to do. And I met a great person, and they paid me $75, which paid for my tolls, my gas, my everything else. And I had a great conversation. Imagine you take two people. That's $150. Look, this is becoming lucrative, right?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, like, listening to you about it, it's like, I'm like, damn, this is something. It is like a really big step up from everything else, from all the other apps that are out there. It's like you pretty much were saying we're gonna take this, and just put it all in one lump sum. But at the same time, it's kind of, they're still spread out under, they branch out under one umbrella.
Correct. When you deposit $1 in the system, you own part of the system.
Okay.
You are an owner. So you can tell people, yes, I own this, because I can see all the transactions that are coming and going. I can't see who did them because that's not fair.
Right.
But I know all the money that's coming in. I know it's impossible to rob the system, because what is somebody going to do? Rob your digital wallet at gunpoint? We know who they are. So immediately, you never lost your money. And every single user knows who did it. And every business, because my plan is 1 million businesses in the first 100 days. It's free to make a digital store. So every restaurant can have their own digital storefront with all their products and services. Uber Eats and all the rest of them, you have Grubhub, Rappi, everybody else, they're all charging exorbitant fees. And people are not happy. So let's get back to basics. We have the delivery app, which is called Gme. So we made it sort of for you. Give me, get me, got me, it's all me, which
Right.
is the new generation. Everybody wants everything to be about them. My app is yours. You customize it to make it the way you want. You have your favorite businesses, your favorite things that you like to do. You also have your full communication system in there, which includes, we're working on email, video, sending and receiving. Remember, it's not just so you don't have to remember a phone number. It's because you own it and I own it. So when I send you a message, who else can see it?
Just you and me.
Wow, that's different than the rest of everywhere else that everybody's watching, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing was, and I'm not doing anything illegal, nor do we think, or we don't want anybody doing anything illegal. But why does anybody need to hear my conversation with my wife or see baby pictures of my son in the bathtub? They shouldn't. And they shouldn't see your kids either. And they shouldn't know what we're doing, because our communication is between us.
Right.
So when you own the system and I own the system, nobody's getting access to that data. And when every other person owns the system, remember, this is the first ever in the world.
Okay.
It's the first banking-like system that every single human owns. We're going to give a free account to every child born in the world. Why not? And you can pay it forward. Here's $100. Give it away to all newborn children. Why not? Why wouldn't you? They deserve to be making money every second of the day.
Yeah.
And by the time they're 18 years old or 21 years old, what if they have a couple $1,000 sitting there? And maybe they're in a third world country where the average income is $100 a month.
Yeah.
That's the difference between eating and not. And I've seen it. In South America, in Ecuador, where we used to live, it was $280 when I got there, a month for labor.
Wow.
So when we hire people and pay them $1,000 a month, they're ecstatic. it's a whole new world.
So it's a whole new ball game for them, and that's a big deal for them as well, since they only make like less than that. I can't even say half. It's practically less than a fraction of that.
$8 to $12 a day, and in other countries they even make less. Two,
Oh, yeah, I know.
two. I mean, how can you fathom? We buy a bacon, egg, and cheese for $12, and somebody makes $2 a day. And the thing is, look, we all want to make money in life. And I've made money and lost money like everybody else. That's the way business works.
Of
There's
course.
always ups and downs, and COVID happened. Look, my whole thing now is, my goal is to make the world a better place. And I'm not stopping at just the United States. I'm going to change the face of the world with everybody's help. And we do it one person at a time. And it's free. Like I said, that's the beauty part. We're not asking anybody, hey, give us millions of dollars. We've done that already. We're not asking you to say, reinvent the wheel. We've done that already.
Multiple times.
Yeah. Our system, also, so you understand how great it gets, in the My Bank app, you can change your money into gold whenever you want. And the future plan is to put a storefront in Manhattan. We're looking at places on Broadway, so that you can walk in and ask for your gold, because we're minting gold coins. I've negotiated deals in South America and all over the world to bring gold legally to the United States. They'll be minting the coins, selling them to our users at a discount from gold on the market.
Now would it actually be easier to try to actually do it from the other countries before doing the U.S., or you want to start the U.S. first and then explore out?
We've been working on it, and we launched Gimi in Ecuador. And as I said, we did 100,000 rides in 22 days.
Right.
The problem and that's where my wife is from, Ecuador, they're having many financial problems right now, and actually electric like 12 hours a day. So the rest of the world is not USA. We go out and get our Starbucks coffee. We sit down on a bench, and then we get into an Uber and go to our next meeting. A lot of the world is not that pleasant. I mean, there's issues all over the world that we can help correct. I mean, there's secretaries right now. We have a list of over 1,000 that'll work for people for $400 or $500 a month remotely.
Right.
And they speak English, Spanish, French, Chinese, Mandarin. I mean, you pick. So the idea is to bring the world together as one, as we are now, because you can call China with just dialing your telephone, and most of the time it's free.
Yeah.
Back the currency by gold, which I don't think anybody's going to say, hey, I don't like gold. I haven't found one person, whether it's gold or diamonds or anything, really substantial.
I mean, I have my own stone that I like, and it's actually rarer than a diamond.
Okay.
But I won't turn a diamond comes number 2 to me. So I'm not saying I'm gonna rule it out.
Oh, look, somebody wants to give you some gold. I think you should accept.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it and run.
So,
But I think that's pretty. I think what you're doing is actually awesome. It's pretty cool, and I think that's like one of the best and inspiring ways to be able to say that you really are changing the world, and you really are trying to help everyone out besides ourselves and the rest of the people who don't have that type of luxury. And to me, I think this is also maybe their way out to stuff too. So, but other than that, I thank you very much, Mr. Levine. Let the rest of the band know I said hi.
will do.
And as you already know, I'm Jatrice Godley, and with Godly Endeavors, and I'm down here having to be hanging out, and want to thank Papa T for bringing us down here, and that's pretty much it for right now. And I know we're going to be looking forward to more and exploring on this topic here, but always remember that there's always some sort of hope, and try to always realize and understand and figure out whatever it is that you want to do, because it seems like this is the man that you need to be listening to that figured out how to actually be able to help not just the world, but help others as well. All right?
You're really playing with fire because I have 100,000 tanks.
Wow.
Maybe they don't fire. We don't need to hurt. We don't need to hurt anybody. I'll just
Indeed.
stop every road.
That's right. That's right.
You know, the next day, no problems with any applications.
What?
No applications were any issues because they were pulling over drivers. They were trying to find them or take their cars hostage. And I told them, you release all the vehicles. You do not do this to regular people. Those people take you to work. Those people are trying to feed their family. Every single one of them has been robbed. Every single one of them.
Wow.
And they get robbed for the dollars, the $10, $15, $20 in their pocket.
Okay.
And they go and pick up the next ride again. So that's why I said, I'm disgusted. I'm to the limit where I am disgusted of how this world is running. And I have the ability to make the change because I created the software.
Right.
So I already gave here's the roadmap, and it costs everybody nothing. Whoever wants to join, which we want the best of the best to join us now, and the brightest, because as I've told people, I might not be the brightest individual in the world, because also I'm going to make a lot of very, very, very wealthy enemies very quickly.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, if I have the people, what's the difference? Tell me who's going to come after me?